Hey, this is JP with Central Idaho Mountain Weather. It's November 5th, 2025. Looking out at Savior's Peak from last week, looking pretty covered in snow and about to get hit with more snow today. And if you're enjoying this broadcast, we ask you to do a one-time donation or even better, sign up for that monthly sustaining membership. Today we're going to have afternoon rain showers coming through, hitting below 8,000 feet and then dropping to 6,500 feet. So that means we're probably going to have valley floor rain for most part, besides maybe Stanley early tomorrow morning. Winds are going to pick up, generally 15 to 25 miles per hour in the valley with ridgeline gusts up to 45 miles per hour. So it's going to get pretty gusty out there. And then we have a cold front coming through that's going to exaggerate some of that wind gust and bring more of our precip. And then we're going to have a brief break in the valleys, mostly in the valleys, and then it's going to continue to snow in the mountains. All right, looking at our mid-level water vapor map, you can see our low up in British Columbia. We have this big cold front that's extending all the way down towards California. And we have this plume of moisture. We're going to draw this right here. That's just feeding in moisture into our area today with southwest flow. So that's the combination of that cold front and this plume of moisture are going to help really give us some good rain and snow showers today. This is hitting the coastline as an atmospheric river 3, AR3. There are one little pinpoint spot that's AR5, which is pretty impressive. So hitting Oregon all the way down to NorCal with pretty big strength. Looking at the HER model this morning, I actually have something to show you here. So you can see that moisture starts to feed into the right afternoon. It's going to start hitting the mountains around 2-ish in the Sawtooth, and then it's going to start down in the Woodward Valley more towards 4 p.m. But you can see as it hits those mountains, going to have some orographic lift and that cold front coming through, pushing in some energy, and have some pretty good sustained showers. And that's going to continue through the evening hours. It's going to kind of shift from the Sawtooth more down to the Woodward Valley after sunset and kind of keep cranking through the night. There is a 15 to 20% chance of some rumbles of thunder out there. I think that was mostly in the Sawtooth. And you can see tomorrow for Thursday, it's just going to continue to be showery activity in the western mountains, so Sawtooth down to the Smokies, over towards Featherville area. It's going to keep snowing and raining in those below 6,500 feet throughout the day, but everyone else is going to get a little break in moisture, and then it comes back in on Friday. So looking at overall snow totals from Pokey National Weather Service down telling us that it's going to be in the 1 foot range for the higher peaks here in the Sawtooth. So it's even Banner Summit, Sawtooth down to the northern Smoky Mountains are going to be in that 8 to 14 inch range, and then in the White Clouds as well. So really elevation dependent. You can see it's just working up the spine of these taller mountains. Moores Creek is going to be this little hot spot here right below the W in Lowman, hitting 6 to 8 inches. But everywhere else is just going to be rain. All right, just kind of focus in here on tonight. So you can see those higher precip levels are going to be on the Sawtooth crest there where the tallest elevations are, and in the White Clouds, picking up that 6 to 12 inches tonight, and then it's just going to be a scattering through the next couple of days of 1 to 3 inches across mostly the northern mountains. Looking at those wind gusts, you can see this is for this afternoon. Some gusts look cranking up in the 40-mile-per-hour range with those embedded cells that are coming through that might have some thunder with them. This is looking at just another, I'm going to actually fast forward through that. All right, looking at the 500 millibar chart, our big picture weather. If you'd like to see this in a different spot, I think this actually makes most sense to set up the weather at the beginning of the video, but I think it's only important to some of us out there. So give me some comments and feedback, or feedback in the comments, or DM me. So as this system is approaching us, we have strong northwest flow here. And then that cold front blasts through tonight. And then we're going to have a slight flattening with a little bit of a ridge here that's going to give us that temporary break in the valley floors tomorrow until the next cold front comes through, which is going to be a little bit more to our north. And after that comes through on Friday, then we have this big area, big ridge of high pressure set up for the weekend. So we'll have nicer weather. And that's going to stay in place until about Wednesday. You can see this close low, break away, create its own weather. And that's going to start to set us up for our next storm system, which is looking like Friday. So kind of setting us up, it merges with this other low and sets us up for another round of showers. This low actually migrates pretty far south here. And you can see this is kind of our more classic southwest setup for hitting the Wood River Valley and the southern mountains more. So Sawtooths have been getting a lot more of this early season snowpack, but I think on Friday, next Friday, depending on what the temperatures do, could be the Wood River Valley's turn.